there's also a thing about Rick. A lot of people thinking of if he's on the dark side, like on Syndrome side, and honestly, I can actually believe that in a way because of the government and stuff. So for that, there's also another theory on top of that theory. Enough of Rick is working with Syndrome, and I believe in that because I am making my own theory. And I actually look up around other videos of saying enough of like thinking about of my theory or whatever. Nobody else doesn't even think about this, but besides of myself. So I want to tell you enough of what is my theory in the movie and stuff. I'm a little bit questioned with it, but I feeling it's going more as a positive than a negative in a way. So just let me know if what you think about my theory in the comments if you can and stuff. But my theory is enough of yes, Rick is working for Syndrome, and I believe enough Rick is mostly the biggest part of Syndrome people in a way. So if you think about the people work for Syndrome, the people are around with the guns and stuff. I mostly call them the henchmen and stuff, but you can just whatever call them, bodyguards or whatever type of things and stuff. I believe enough of we don't really see the henchman phase very well and stuff. And there was actually one time we saw one of their literally their face, like their eyes and of their face and stuff, when Dash was actually fighting one of them on their little cool plane thing they were on and stuff. It really reminds me of Star Wars with the speed stormtroopers as well. I didn't even think about that. But fortunately enough, I believe of enough for all these other henchmen are kind of look alike in a way. So what my theory is there's some type of science theory of enough of where Rick cloned himself as being a younger version of Rick. So his younger clone versions are all of the henchmen, but the one of Dash was fighting in the plane, and then unfortunately he got killed in a way. I believe enough of that is the very first original of Rick of his young version and stuff, and it's possibility of enough. I feeling there's not gonna be no henchman anymore because the original is now dead, you know. But the rest are still alive in a way and stuff, and they could be really long together because it's literally the same person. So that's my theory. I want to hear what you guys think. I could be totally wrong. This is completely new theory I'm hearing, and I just probably just figure it out on my own. Again, this is just for fun and stuff. That'd be cool if it would be true. If not, but if not, then just whatever. Hope you like this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more content like this. Have a nice day and thank you for watching.